time, wonderful time. It's a wonderful family, and it's just incredible to see everybody here and having a good time. We moved out of town. We moved over to over to Gibson's, and so we're a little bit removed from some of the family now. To visit. We really do miss it. We miss the family, and we had a wonderful time growing up in Deep Cove, and we used to have a lot of family dues there. My mother and father always had a lot of the younger family, and out swimming and parties, and yeah, it was a wonderful time. I have some of my family here, which means a lot to me, and it's great to see some of the ones I haven't seen for years either. So. And to get to know some of my cousins and younger cousins again, too, that we haven't seen for so long.
Good evening and official welcome to everybody from the Rosie and McKay family reunion. It's fantastic. We had such a great turnout. You know, last time we did this was 1995 for the Sullivan side of the family, and I checked the photo. We had 89 people out there on the Lloyd. You remember the one we did on Main Street? We had 89 people. Tonight we have 101. That's fantastic.
I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the story of your family. And right now we have on the screen David, Rosie, and Helen McKay. And this is my great-grandmother, and many of us are related to her. Now, the Rosie name comes from a Viking family. That was a Viking people, and even now in the Orkney Islands they speak with a bit of an accent that is not Scottish. It comes from the Old Norse. And what we know is from the Orkney Islands is that when the Hudson Bay wanted to explore Canada, the Hudson Bay Company, more than 50% of all their sailors were from the Orkney Islands because they were very fearsome sailors. The McKay name is from the northern Scottish Highland tribe, and McKay, the son of I, who was a famous warrior in the past. And there is the Orkney Islands. In the very bottom you see an island called Stroma. So that's where your ancestors come from, and they were called the Pirates of Stroma. They were actually real, legitimate pirates. And this Pentland Firth is a very wild, rugged area of water with very difficult water to navigate. And right above Stroma, it's not even listed on the map, another island called Snowa. And that island is crawling with Rosies. That place is where a lot of Rosies come from. There's Anne Gordon and William McKay. William got a contract to go to Winnipeg and open a bakery and run a bakery. So he brought his young wife, Annie, over to Winnipeg. And it was the middle of winter. It was -50, and you know about going to the outhouse in the middle of the winter in Winnipeg. As soon as the winter was over, Annie took off and went back home to Scotland. So William, being the very good gentleman that he was, reliable, he finished his contract, and the second year he went home to look for Annie. And Annie had now a year to think about it, and she said, you know, Scotland's not that great either. You know, let's see if we can compromise. So he said, well, there's this place called Vancouver, and I hear it doesn't get to -50 regularly. Why don't we try that? And she said, well, yeah, but I have all my family and, you know, so many people that I love to be with. And he said, okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to convince them all to come here to keep you company. So that's really why we ended up here. It was for love. Isn't that kind of nice? My theory is a lot of the reason we're here tonight, is because of Nell McKay. She was this legendary figure, and she loved her family. She was a worker you wouldn't believe. Now, we talk about parents driving their kids to school. Nell carried her kids to school. Whenever it rained, there would be so much mud, she didn't want her kids to get their shoes dirty. So she would carry one by one on her back. And when they wanted to build the house on 15th Avenue, the horses couldn't bring the lumber in close enough, so they dumped it 2 blocks away. And she personally dragged each piece of lumber a couple blocks to get the lumber ready to be constructed. So, and she always made the effort to try to keep the family together. It was her, you often hear about Deep Cove and White Rock, where the family would come and join each other for little holidays. And she made a big effort to always keep the family together, and she always was spoken of in such high regard. She always said, if you don't have anything nice to say about something, just keep your mouth shut, that kind of attitude. So I believe that she would be happy to see all of us here. And I believe there's a lot of our elders that would be happy as well. So I just want to honor you guys for making the effort to come here. So anyways, that's it for me and the family. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks.
Well done, Sam.
Well done, Sam.
I had a great time. I learned a lot about the family that I should probably have known, but it's good to reconnect.
I also had a wonderful evening. It's really nice to see everybody and nice for the younger generation to meet each other. Yeah, it was great.
Absolutely, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I was on the organizing committee, so it had to be.
Quite amazing how many people. Terry's always talked about how he doesn't know all his cousins, and he says, excuse me if I don't introduce you, it's because I don't remember. Or he doesn't, there's a lot of family that he doesn't know, and for me it's kind of interesting because all of our family is very close and we know all our cousins and sisters and brothers, but we all stay together very close, but then there's all that extended family that, yes, we don't know about.
I know Megan over there. I know you and you.
Papa and Grandma.
And Daddy.
I like you because you are my special friend. Let's sing a song and dance along. For I'm so glad I found you. Deep inside says I like you.
Oh, there was an old hen that had wooden leg, the best old friend that ever laid an egg, the best old friend that lived above farm, and another little drink wouldn't do us any harm.
Well, that's what he always did when, at every party we had, that's what he used to sing.
Some of the Sullivans live in Washington, and so we just got to meet them. And they're going to stop on over to Vashon, so we'll see them now, and we hadn't met them before.
Oh, yeah.
Mom?
Oh, I'm 93.
You're
94 now.
How many family gatherings did you join already?
Many.
not like this.
It's amazing family because they actually like each other. And they're really nice people. There's a saying, you can't choose your family, I would have chosen these guys anytime. You know, they're a wonderful group and everybody gets along so well. And I think it's because of these older people that really worked hard at it and really made sure that everybody loved each other.
Well, we finally wrapped up the McKay Rosie family party, and I'm very proud to say that I was on the organizing committee. We've been working on it for about 6 months. It was my nasty little cousin Sam Sullivan, the ex-mayor of Vancouver. He's a specialist at putting ideas out there and then get everybody else to do the work. Anyway, it wasn't that bad at all. We collected one person we could from each branch of the family to serve on an organizing committee, and we had the first meeting in my office, which was conveniently located, and we used Richmond Country Club, which I'm a member, which was very reasonable, and they did a fantastic job for us, and a couple of conference calls, and everything came together extremely smoothly. It's a beautiful thing when everybody wants something to work and they all pitch in and do a great job. It was really a fun project. And you know, when Sam and I first started talking about it, we thought, oh, geez, could we get 75, 80 people out? Because that's what we had at our last family reunion. We had 89 people. Well, we got 101 people came out tonight. So we broke the numbers, and for a little family from the Orkney Islands in Scotland, and that once in our history were a bunch of pirates, I think we did pretty good.